Is prostitution illegal in the state of Georgia?
Yeah.
You know what you had to go through to be a cop, right?
Yeah.
You know what we stand for.
Yeah.
So the fact that you're even doing this is a black eye to our whole nation. So if you'll do that, why would you not kill her? Maybe she said she was going to talk. Maybe she pissed you off.
She'd say, hey, now I want $80 now because I know you're going to be able to.
Like I said, I don't do that. I wouldn't murder somebody.
No one ever says I'll murder somebody.
Hey, the police department, may I help you?
Hey, you need to bring somebody down on Elm Street. I think I found a dead body.
Seriously?
Yeah, seriously, died or dumb. It looks like a black girl. Looks like she's on fire.
Like she's still on fire?
It looks like it to me. It's just a little trickle. I just drove by and I didn't want to stop.
Okay, buddy, just hang on out. They'll be there in a minute.
Hapeville Police Department received a chilling 911 call. A social worker had discovered a horrific crime scene at a local garbage site. When the police arrived, they quickly realized that the crime had been committed by a professional. Little did they know, this professional would turn out to be one of their own. Elm Street in Hapeville, Georgia is a remote, isolated road to nowhere. At the end of the streets, it's a wooded lot where many locals dump their garbage and lawn clippings. But on August 22, 2014, this unsuspecting public works employee found the shock of his life. When Sergeant James Carroll arrived, what sat before him in the grass, thrown aside like a piece of trash, was the charred body of a young woman. When he leaned close to inspect her body, he could still see the last flickers of a flame burning out on the end of her fingertip. She had been shot 4 times, burned with gasoline, and dumped out with the local trash. Because of the charred state of her remains, the only evidence that was left on the scene was a single .40 caliber Winchester casing. Only one casing for the 4 shots that marred her body, including 2 shots in her head, 1 in her ear, and a final defensive wound on her forearm, from where she held her arm up over her face to protect herself. Tragically, police had no insight into who this poor woman was or how she ended up on this dead-end street. Whoever had murdered her took her identification and phone. The only thing officers had to identify her with was a small heart-shaped tattoo, what remained of the clothing she was wearing, and a locket with a photo of the victim's child. They knew there had to be family missing her, and soon they discovered who. 2 days after the body was found, a woman called the Atlanta Police Department to report her daughter, Vernisha Woodard, missing. She hadn't heard from her since Friday, the same day that the body was found. Vernisha Woodard loved to sing and cook. Her family urged her to audition for American Idol and share her gift of singing with the world. But Vernisha was as stubborn as she was loving. At just 26, she was a doting mother to a 7-year-old daughter who was her entire world. As a single mother, Vernisha struggled financially and would sometimes engage in prostitution in order to give her daughter the best life possible. Her family has noted on multiple occasions that Vernisha's job didn't define her. Rather, it speaks to her dedication for her daughter. She was slated to move to New York from Georgia to begin a full-time, above-the-table job on August 25, 2014. But tragically, that opportunity for a better life was snatched from her just 3 days earlier. That afternoon, officers arrived at Deidre's house to show her photos of the tattoo of their victim to confirm if it was Vernisha or not. Vernisha's 7-year-old daughter was kept occupied in the following room as Deidre confirmed that the photo belonged to Vernisha. Vernisha's loving sister, Tashara, was the one to deliver the tragic news to Vernisha's daughter. According to Deirdre, Nisi, as her family called her, had gone to deposit $20 into the bank that she had desperately needed. But as the investigation began in earnest, it seemed that that wasn't the only place Nisi had gone. Officers managed to obtain surveillance footage of the Motel 6 that Vernisha was living in as she transitioned to living in New York. The morning of her murder, at about 11:42, a white sedan was seen pulling up to the motel. At 11:48, Nisi was seen walking to her car. At 11:50, the car was seen driving away. Just 4 hours later, Vernisha's body was found, burned, and abandoned. Law enforcement had a few leads now. The Motel 6, where Nisi was picked up, was 30 minutes from where her body was found, and her body being found in such a rural location told them something wildly important. Whoever dumped her body at the end of the dead-end street either had to live in or be from Hapeville. They were certain that no one outside of Hapeville would know the location of the grass lot, much less drive that far to commit this risky crime. On top of that, the grass lot was only about 5 minutes away from the busy Hartsfield-Jackson Airport, meaning that someone local would be aware that the planes flying over would potentially conceal the sound of gunshots early in the morning. With a good idea that it was someone local, law enforcement looked to see if anyone on Elm Street had previous arrests or citations. They discovered Tom English, who received a citation for shooting a gun in his backyard, mere feet away from where Vernisha's body was discovered. This wouldn't have caught law enforcement's attention if it wasn't for the fact that the gun he was caught shooting was a .40 caliber, like the gun used to kill Vernisha. When law enforcement brought English in for questioning, he reveals that the gun from that incident belonged to his friend, Tarim Rana. 4 days after their interview with English, officers approached Rana's house in an unmarked vehicle. As they did, a white car backed out of Rana's garage, a match for the car that was seen at the motel picking up Vernisha. Officers followed the car, which was shockingly driving toward Elm Street. When they did a traffic stop, Rana was a mere 2 blocks away from where Vernisha's body was found. But for police, the shocks were just beginning. As they began to question Rana, he handed them his police identification card. An officer on the scene even recognized him from high school. When they asked Rana to come back to the station for some questioning, they didn't want to believe that one of their own could be involved. But almost as soon as the questioning began, law enforcement found themselves standing in a sea of waving red flags.
So, Mr. Rana, we got to talk to you about a serious incident, okay? And I hope to God it doesn't involve you.
Yes.
But because it is a serious incident, we need to inform you of your rights.
Okay.
All right. Mr. Rana?
Yeah.
Okay. You said you live at Central Park Drive, number 61 on Central Park Drive in
Yes.
Hapeville, and you've been living there since 2000?
Yeah, since the subdivision was first developed.
Okay. And we were noticing in there that you have some calls of service over there with shots fired. And
Central Park?
Okay. At your house where it said that you had a .40 caliber firearm that you were discharging in the back of the yard.
That wasn't there. That was on Elm Street. At
Oh,
a friend's house.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But that was, I think that was like 2 years ago.
Yeah, it was a while ago.
Yeah.
It was a while ago.
And that wasn't a duty weapon either. That was the Smith & Wesson .40 cal I had. It was the Shield. Case the judge dismissed it, and
You still have that firearm?
no, I traded it in the Forest Park.
Okay. How many firearms do you own right now?
Just my duty weapon and a .22 long rifle.
22 rifle?
Yeah.
Your duty weapon is a .40 caliber?
Yeah, it's the Glock 22.
I went to the Glocks?
Yeah.
How long y'all been with the Glocks? Because y'all did have the Smith & Wesson 9 rifle.
We had the Smith & Wesson 40, but we went to the Glock. It's been about a year now. A year and a half.
About a year.
Yeah.
You like it better, or pros and cons?
I think it's better. I mean, to me, it's more reliable and it's easier to take down.
The seasoned officer uses a tactic here in order to get Rana to willfully admit that he was at the location on Elm Street. By purposefully making a mistake and getting Rana to correct him, the officer has now put Rana in a place where he cannot claim that he's never been to the house on Elm Street. If the officer had directly asked Rana, however, Rana may have been much more likely to lie. By the way, if you're finding the video interesting, make sure to like and hit that subscribe button. It really supports the channel. Now, let's dive right back in.
Another thing that we were asking you about was use of back pages, or was it Craigslist?
Yeah, the Craigslist ads. Yeah.
Craigslist. So you were talking to somebody on Craigslist?
Yeah.
How many times in the past 6 months have you used Craigslist to talk to somebody?
Probably 3, maybe 4 times.
Okay. And of those 3 to 4 times that you talked, how many times have you actually met the individual that you're
Twice.
talking to? Twice?
Yeah.
Okay. And you said that last week that you contacted an individual on Craigslist, and what was the process that you used to contact her?
Usually I'll just text them.
You text
and,
them?
I mean, if they text you back, and you guys can hook up if you want, and
Were you texting or talking to her on the phone?
text.
Did do you start texting and then go to talking, or
Usually
did you ever call her later? Or?
I'll text them, then you can call them and ask them where you want to meet, or they'll call you, and if it's something both of you guys want to agree on, then you meet. If not, then, you know, keep it moving.
Okay. And you said that you weren't sure if it was Thursday or Friday. Do you remember?
I mean, it was later on in the week.
Later in the week?
I want to say it was Thursday or Friday, but...
What's your work schedule?
Right now, I'm on the 15th, so they fluctuate our hours.
Okay.
So...
What days did you work last week?
I was on vacation all last week.
So you were off all last week?
Yeah.
And is that the number that you were texting and talking with that individual you were talking to last week?
Yes.
Okay. And she was a female?
As far as I know, I didn't see her in person. I mean...
Okay. Did you see a picture of her?
Yeah, on the Craigslist ad.
Okay.
Can you describe the picture to us?
Looked like a black female, kind of like medium build, I guess. Black female, short hair. It's like a week ago, I really don't remember. I mean...
You don't remember?
Well, I mean, like I said, black female.
Obviously she caught your eye, right? Thought
Yeah.
she was attractive?
Yeah.
About how old do you think she was?
From the picture, it looks like she's in her 30s.
30s. Typically when you go to Craigslist, what kind of female, what are you looking for? When you go to Craigslist, say, I want to go out with somebody.
Me personally, I just try to hook up with the easiest girl. I mean, somebody who doesn't charge a lot. And I mean, the race thing doesn't really matter to me. As long as they're disease-free and stuff, I mean.
Was her hair short or straight, or do you remember?
I don't remember. I mean.
Could this be the girl that you were talking to on with the pictures?
I'm not sure. I mean, the skin complexion looks the same, but, I mean, with the ad, the face wasn't really clear on it, so it might be, it might not. But the skin complexion does kind of look. I know you guys said you were coming to meet me at my house. I mean, you could have just stopped me there. I would have voluntarily came down here. It's not like...
We understand that here's the one, we didn't know you were a cop. Okay. Two, all right, this is a homicide. Weapons, danger.
Yeah, okay, I understand. I mean,
You understand?
I'm not, I would never...
If you were going to a homicide suspect or a homicide witness's house,
Yeah,
you guys would have done the same.
Yeah, I understand. I just...
I mean, it ain't nothing personal. We didn't know you was a cop. Don't know you from Adam, but we're all going home, right?
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? We weren't trying to embarrass you. That's why we're trying to let you get out to the side street.
So, you would talk to her, and why is it that you didn't go meet this person?
She's too far. I mean, I think
Too
she
far.
said he was in like Norcross or something, and personally, I don't want to drive and waste all that gas money to go up there.
But typically when you meet a girl on Craigslist and y'all set up a date, is it typical that you'll go pick them up?
You will just meet wherever they want to meet. Usually, if they're close, I'll go.
So they name the location?
Yeah.
And you drive to the location?
Yeah.
Okay. And is the day or act or whatever done where she requests, or do y'all?
Usually where she requests.
Okay.
I'm sure you guys have looked at my phone records. I contacted like 3 or 4 different numbers that day on Craigslist, so I mean, it'll all come up on there.
Okay, great. So you said, what day was that?
Where I contacted
The 3 or 4?
That was Thursday or Friday. I mean,
Thursday or
yeah,
Friday?
it was late week.
What time of day was it approximately?
I want to say midday around 4 or 3 p.m. I mean, I know it was early in the morning.
So around 3 to 4 o'clock in the evening?
As far as I can recall, I'm pretty sure it was an afternoon. I mean, am I going to have to pay like an impound fee to get my car and stuff out, or is that?
No, I wouldn't think
Oh,
so.
we'll worry about that later.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
It's kind of a minuscule thing at this point.
Yeah.
Can you walk us through your day last Friday, from the time you got up?
I woke up, brushed my teeth.
About what time did you get up?
I want to say 9:30, 10 o'clock.
Vacation, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Okay. You got ready, brushed your teeth, what have you?
yeah, played my PlayStation, watched some TV. Once I started getting on my little tablet at home and looking at the ads on Craigslist.
About lunchtime, 11,
I want to say 1 or 12. I mean,
12, 1 o'clock?
yeah.
Do you exclusively use Craigslist, or do you use any other media?
I mean, I use Craigslist. It's convenient. I guess I can't use it no more now.
It's probably a good idea to use it to start with.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I'm not the relationship type of guy. I mean, most girls that want relationships, they want extra stuff with it. So I just heard those, I mean.
What's your department's policy on things of that nature?
I don't know what the SOP is on that. I'm sure there's something on it. They have one for everything, but, I mean, I'm sure there's something on it. I don't know what it is, though. I have to go read it.
Right. So what does a typical day consist of?
For me?
Correct.
Wake up.
No, the date with these females that you meet.
Oh, you contact them. If they give you a price that you want to pay, you just go meet them. You pay them.
And what is the price that you are willing to pay?
$30, $40.
See, is that cap it off about $40?
Yeah.
All right. So $40. You agree upon a price. You agree upon a meet location. You go to where they're at. You meet them where they're at.
Mm-hmm.
They call the shot as far as where it takes place.
Yeah.
What happens once you get there?
You give them the money. You guys have sex, and you go about your business. That's it. I mean.
Is prostitution illegal in the state of Georgia?
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure that's a policy APD has against that.
I'm sure they do. I mean, most of the ads will say you're paying for time only, I guess, to try to avoid some of that. But yeah, I mean, I understand what you guys are saying. It's illegal.
You're paying for sex.
Yeah.
You're giving $40 in exchange for sex, correct?
I understand. Yeah.
Okay.
It is of note that as soon as law enforcement starts to get into the details of Vernisha, Rana derails the conversation by saying that he would have willingly come down to the station to speak with law enforcement. This is an attempt to put himself in a good light and make it appear as if he has no problem speaking with them. In reality, him reassuring officers of this only makes him look more guilty.
So what does a typical day consist of?
For me?
Correct.
Wake up.
No, the date with these females that you meet.
Oh, you contact them. If they give you a price that you want to pay, you just go meet them. You pay them.
And what is the price that you are willing to pay?
$30, $40.
See, is that cap it off about $40?
Yeah.
All right. So $40. You agree upon a price. You agree upon a meet location. You go to where they're at. You meet them where they're at.
Mm-hmm.
They call the shot as far as where it takes place.
Yeah.
What happens once you get there?
You give them the money. You guys have sex, and you go about your business. That's it. I mean.
Is prostitution illegal in the state of Georgia?
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure that's a policy APD has against that.
I'm sure they do. I mean, most of the ads will say you're paying for time only, I guess, to try to avoid some of that. But yeah, I mean, I understand what you guys are saying. It's illegal.
You're paying for sex.
Yeah.
You're giving $40 in exchange for sex, correct?
I understand. Yeah.
Okay.
Does your cell phone have a password to it?
No, it's a regular flip phone. I mean.
Okay. And you said you had a tablet. Does your tablet have a password on it?
No, it's
unlocked.
Regular Samsung tablet.
Okay.
I mean, if you guys want, I can bring the tablet here. Like I said, I have nothing to hide. You can look at all this stuff. I mean.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Whatever makes sure.
You know the deal. I mean,
I know you got to do all your suspects and everything, but the last thing I want to do is get charged with that. I mean, I have a career to go through. I know I'm, fucking girls for money, which is wrong, but, I'm not that type of guy. I wouldn't just go around killing people. And I know you get ballistics and all that. You get caught doing that. That's stupid. Why would I do that? But I don't know.
Yet again, Rana tries to appear as though he wants nothing more than to help law enforcement. He gives officers reasons why he couldn't commit the crime, pointing out how stupid it would be. But generally, if people haven't committed a crime, they feel no need to list the reasons why they wouldn't do it. He's trying to bring himself to a place of understanding with the officers and make him feel as though he's on their side. Watch closely in this next part of the interrogation. Rana looks to both of the officers for approval during a long pause, which not only indicates that he's uncomfortable, but that he's trying to see if his plan is working.
What brand of duty rounds do you use?
Whatever the range staff gives us, it's, I want to say it's the Winchester Ranger rounds.
Winchester Ranger rounds?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
All right, well, let me just get to the meat and potatoes.
Mm-hmm.
All right, the reason we picked you up is because we got this girl who lives a long way away.
Mm-hmm.
All right, she ain't from Hapeville.
Mm-hmm.
She don't come around Hapeville.
Mm-hmm.
She ain't in Hapeville. There's no reason for her to be in Hapeville.
Mm-hmm.
College Park, East Point, nobody has her in their system. Okay? She winds up dead here in Hapeville. And we're like, how in the hell did she get to Hapeville?
Where did they find her at?
Right here in Hapeville.
Okay.
Like right here in the city. It's only 2.5 mile cities.
Yeah.
Everything's in the middle. Okay. And we go back and check our phone records, and we got your phone record, and it's right here in Hapeville.
So that automatically makes me a suspect?
Yeah. And, you know, then just don't look good. And then with her line of work and your line of work,
it's,
you know, just not smart stuff going on.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, to allude to the fact that we found, as was cross-referenced, her Facebook, or not her Facebook, but her Craigslist, her back page, and her phone records. Your number was the last number, calling her phone. All right. And that was Friday morning. Do you recall having a conversation with her?
I called her and told her she was too far. I mean, like I said, I didn't meet her that day. So she might have met somebody else, I don't know. But I know what you're saying.
Why would you call to tell her you wasn't coming? Why wouldn't you just ignore it?
Well, like I said, we start off usually texting.
Right.
She'll say, you know, where do you want to meet or whatever, and you can call her. And, hey, where do you want to meet? If she says somewhere that's far, you just say, hey, I'm not going to meet you there.
Typically, how far out do you go? Obviously, you don't want anywhere around where you live. You don't want anywhere around Atlanta because that's where you work.
Yeah. I don't like.
And you can sit there and play dumb all you want. You know damn well prostitution can get your ass fired in a heartbeat.
Yeah, I don't go past. I don't want to go past Clayton County. I like going south, but I mean, I wouldn't go up north or somewhere that's about 20 miles over.
Okay.
But I mean, like I said, whatever happened here, I don't know. I didn't do it. I know that you guys are saying that my number was the last one and all that, but I didn't meet her that day.
Okay.
I mean, like I said, I've never met her. I talked to her, texted her. I don't know where she lives, whoever, you know. But I understand what you guys are saying, and you know,
Right.
all the
And
stuff.
trust me, dude. I mean, I'm
The last
10 plus years. This man's 15 plus years. Last thing we'll do is hang up.
Last thing we want to do is that.
But you know the process. If we can't eliminate you, we got to keep digging.
I understand.
Yep.
Can you give us about 2 or 3 minutes so we can wrap this? Let me and my partner talk. We'll wrap this up and get you out of here.
Oh, sure.
All right, thanks, man.
The officers have made an amazing tactical choice here to leave the room. This gives them an opportunity to discuss the case and also turn up the pressure on Rana. They have intentionally used a very specific language here to make it appear as though speaking to Rana has just been a formality in an attempt to put him at ease. But as he sits in the interrogation room alone, it is clear from his anxious movements that he is anything but at ease.
Hey, when's the last time you fired your weapon?
At the range.
When did y'all go to the range?
I had in-service, I want to say, a couple weeks ago. It was a Tuesday I had in-service.
When you were on vacation?
No, it was, it was before I went to vacation.
So,
Tuesday.
2 weeks prior.
Yeah.
Okay.
How many bullets you got in your magazine?
Right now?
Yeah.
It should be fully loaded. That's how it always is. I mean,
Our policy, we carry 14 rounds in our magazine. You don't fully stock them 15 or
it's 15 plus 1, so 16.
but your spare magazines are 14 or 15.
They're 15.
So you have fully press them, okay.
Did you clean your gun after you went to the range?
Yeah. Yeah, we're supposed to. I mean, that's what we go to in-service, we shoot them,
Sure.
and the ranger says, like, hey, clean your guns, and he'll check them.
Before you even leave, you got to clean your gun?
Yeah.
All right, so your gun's clean right now?
Yeah, it should be. I mean, I haven't fired it.
Does anyone else have access to your duty weapon other than you at any time?
Family members and friends, but my friends wouldn't use it because they're not really over my house.
I mean, they wouldn't use it. I mean, do they borrow it? I mean, access, do they ever have possession of your firearm? Is it ever out of your possession?
No. I mean, they've touched it before and stuff. I don't know if they never took it from me.
What's your qualifying scores, just out of curiosity?
Shot a 264 out of 300 the first time and a 284 out of 300 the second time this past range day. Only reason I usually shoot pretty good, but the only reason I usually shoot better was because I had accidental discharge at 25. Just squeezing the trigger and got too excited and it went off for a target turn.
Happened to me before. So you're a good shot.
I mean, I'm not an expert, a pistol expert, which is, I think you got to get 290.
What's your average score at the range? About 90?
I would say it's at 270 out of 300.
That's 90%.
I guess. I mean,
You got a friend that lives on Elm Street?
Not anymore, they moved a while back.
They moved a while back?
Yeah,
So you don't know anybody that lives over there?
no,
So you don't have any reason to be over there?
no, I mean, I don't have no reason to be there. Like, when you were asking me earlier about the, discharge of the weapon,
Mhm.
that was on Elm Street when my friend used to live there.
Who discharged the weapon, him or you?
It was him. But the cops came and he said it was me. It was my gun. I was like, hey, I'll take responsibility for it. It's my gun, and I'll let you hold it and shoot it. And so,
What the hell's up with that? Y'all just drinking or what?
no, it was brand new. The Shield, I don't know if you've ever seen one. It's real slim. I just bought it, and it was all the rage back then. It was a real compact 40. And I was like, hey, look, I bought a Shield. Let's shoot it. Or he was like, let's shoot it. And I let him shoot a couple rounds, and I guess there was a patrol officer nearby, and he came by and was like, hey, did you guys hear gunshots? And my friends like, yeah, we were shooting, you know, just messing around shooting. And so they gave me a ticket for it.
No, I didn't know you got a ticket for it.
Yeah, but, I mean, I went to court and it got dismissed by the judge. Gave me I guess it's a copy charges or whatever you guys call it.
Officers have successfully given Rana no possible excuse for why he was on Elm Street. So it's time for them to bring out the big guns. As they pull out pictures of Vernisha, Rana's reaction is particularly telling. Though he is a police officer, and his aversion to graphic photos or scenes is likely less than most, the fact that he leans in with no emotion raises questions. He doesn't seem numb to the photos, he seems interested in them. In addition, the investigator next to Rana leans into him, invading his space, trying to add on additional pressure. Now, you would expect an innocent person to deny the claims that officers are making, or at least be shocked by the photo, but Rana does neither of these.
This is before,
Okay.
and this is after. This is before,
Okay.
and this is after. We're here because this girl's dead,
Mm-hmm.
okay? She's been shot, and she's been shot with a .40 caliber weapon,
Okay.
which you happen to have a .40 caliber weapon.
Yes, sir.
The round that was fired out of it is a Winchester.
Yes, sir.
You happen to use a Winchester.
Yes, sir.
Winchester round, okay?
Okay.
Found on Elm Street.
Mm-hmm.
You're around Elm Street.
Mhm.
You live over here. This girl's from 30 miles away,
Mm-hmm.
and all of a sudden she winds up for the first time in her life in Hapeville dead,
Mm-hmm.
okay? It's just too dang much
Mm-hmm.
similarity, too much, you know, just, this don't happen.
I understand, but like I said,
And that's why you're here.
But here's the deal, man. On her phone record, your numbers last night popped up.
Okay.
All right. Friday about midday.
Okay.
All right. She was picked up by an unknown subject, according to her roommate.
Okay.
She ain't been heard or seen from since. We found her over here on Elm Street, which no one outside of Hapeville would even know that that street was there.
Okay.
You know where Elm Street is, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. What's that dead end of Elm Street?
I don't know. I mean, there's 2 gates and that's it. I don't go past there.
So there's 2 gates down there. So you're familiar with what's down there.
I don't know what's down there. I know there's Elm Street, and then you make the right onto whatever street that is, and it takes you back out towards Loop Road.
All right. So you know the area. You know the area I'm talking about.
Yes, sir.
All right. So nobody outside of Hapeville even knows that street exists.
I would assume. I mean.
Right. I would assume too, and that's where we're going. All right. We found this girl. She shot 4 times with a .40 caliber round.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Someone attempted to conceal her body.
Mm-hmm.
2 of the rounds with double taps to the forehead,
Mm-hmm.
almost touching.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now you being a cop and an avid shooter, we've already pulled your records. You go to a lot of gun classes. You do a lot of shooting.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Do you think an average shooter can put a double tap that close together?
It depends on, I guess, how close.
An average shooter, just someone who just picks up a gun, don't even know what a damn double tap is, right? I mean, come on.
I don't know. I mean.
Did you know what a double tap was before you started training to be a cop?
Yes, sir.
You did?
Yes, sir.
And how did you learn that?
I've been around guns my whole life.
You've been around guns your whole life. So if I just carry a gun for safety, but I don't really shoot, it's more for show.
Mm-hmm.
When I go to defend myself, am I going to double tap or I'm just going to squeeze off a round?
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right. So our theory is that the person knows how to use weapons, knows these things, and has been trained in some shape, form, or fashion. All right. Then we find out now you're a cop.
Mm-hmm.
You have a .40 caliber weapon on you.
Yes, sir.
You admitted to using back pages. You see what I'm saying?
And he was
All of
talking
us
to
starting
this
to come
girl.
together.
I understand, but like I said, I mean, I'm
with you, man. I'm letting you know where we're at, so you know what
I know
we're
you guys
looking at.
have like you know, all this evidence and stuff, and it looks bad on me, but like I said, I'm not that type of person, I wouldn't do that. Why would I, you know, that's not me. But
People do things out of character all the time.
I understand, but like I said, I'm not gonna ruin my career over that, I mean.
But you've chosen to put your career on the line.
Yeah, I understand.
What do you, listen to me,
By soliciting.
what, you 23 years old?
Yes, sir.
How long you been police?
Almost 3 years, 2.5 years.
All right, so you're a rookie, right? You're an F and G.
Well, yeah, yes.
Yeah, you are. All right, I'm 10 plus, he's 15 plus. All right. You're only 2 years in your career, and you're already doing things that your career is done if your supervisors find out about any of this.
Okay.
You know that, right?
Yes, sir.
You knew that while you were doing it.
Well, I didn't do that.
Not the murder, the prostitution.
Yes, sir.
You know damn well prostitution's illegal.
Yes, sir.
Right? You knew that when you were doing it.
Mm-hmm.
So you really think you can commit illegal acts in the state of Georgia and remain a cop?
No, they'll take your post away.
Okay, so you put whatever loneliness or your desire for these girls above your job already.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you've already established that. So what kind of character of a man hires prostitutions? You say you're not this, you're not that. Who are you? What is your character?
I mean, someone who hires prostitutes has bad judgment. Like I said, I mean, that's my fault.
That's a character flaw. That ain't bad judgment. That judgment is slipping up and making a mistake. You have consciously made the decision. This is what you do. This is who you are.
You've been doing this.
This is not a slip up in judgment. This is what you are.
Well, I understand, but like I said, the past 6 months, it's not like I meet a girl every month. I mean, I might contact them and stuff, and sometimes you meet them.
Dude, you do it one time and you make a mistake, you slip up, that's the wrong thing.
I understand.
Okay, but you continuously do it for 3 or 4 times over
And you already got an MO on how you do it. You won't go for the dollars. You won't travel but so far.
Mm-hmm. I understand what you're saying.
Here, law enforcement have attacked Rana's character in an attempt to get a reaction out of him. In addition, the officer on the right side of the screen, who has played a more gentle role with Rana, turns on him here, amping up the pressure. If Rana felt that he could rely on the quote-unquote good cop to take it easy on him, he now has no place he can turn to. This unsettling change makes him more likely, in theory, to slip up. In fact, Rana has already slipped up. Though he denies committing the murder, he gives absolutely no alibi. He gives no effort into his own defense, and instead simply nods along with the officers. Most innocent people would be desperate to defend themselves, but Rana doesn't even bother.
So explain to us, as detectives, of almost 35 years of service, how in the hell we not point the finger at you?
I mean, I know you're pointing the finger at me, and that's fine, but like I said, it wasn't me. I mean,
I understand that, but that's not a defense. Tell us, make it logical to us, how all this is falling together and it's not you.
Because, like I said, I didn't pick her up. I was never with her. I mean, whoever told you.
So you say, who was you with? Can you put yourself somewhere?
I told you I went to my friend's house later on today. You can check my credit card statement.
She was dead later on in the day. By 6 o'clock, she's dead.
Okay, I mean, like
you could have smoked her ass and went to your friends. That's not a defense, man. You got to give us more.
I wouldn't, like I said, I wouldn't do that.
I don't know you. When did I meet you?
You just met me today.
All right, so what the hell do I know about you?
I told you.
What do you know about me? You know I'm a cop.
Just know you're
All right,
that's it.
you know I'm a cop. You know I'm a cop, but you automatically assume that I hire prostitutes. Was that the behavior you would expect out of a police officer in the state of Georgia?
No.
You know what you had to go through to be a cop, right?
Yeah.
You know what we stand for.
Yeah.
So the fact that you're even doing this is a black eye to our whole nation. So if you'll do that, why would you not kill her? Maybe she said she was going to talk. Maybe she pissed you off.
She say, hey, now I want $80 now because I know you're going to be able to.
Like I said, I don't do that. I wouldn't murder somebody.
No one ever says I'll murder somebody.
Like I'm telling you, I didn't do it. I met my friend later in the day. You can check my credit card statements, check my phone records. I'm giving you access to it. I'm here talking to you willingly. I could have just said, hey, I want my lawyer here.
You could.
And a Miranda up and walk out.
You could.
I'm not doing none of that.
I got you.
Like I said, I got nothing to
Was
hide.
your friend in the car and your friend freaking kept the bitch?
No, he wasn't in the car with me.
Have you ever seen this girl face to face?
I've never seen her. I've seen her on
Never
Facebook.
used her before?
No. I've never seen her. Like I said, I've seen her on Craigslist and that was it.
When we go through your tablet, and your phone records and your text messages, is it ever going to say anything about meeting anybody on Lawrenceville Highway? Does Lawrenceville Highway be too far for you to go?
That's too far. I don't know. I mean, that's over 20 miles out. you can check my text. It was gonna say, hey, you want to hook up? There's gonna be a call in there. How much? And then I'll say, okay, I'm 30 minutes away or whatnot. Call her back. Hey, I'm not coming. It's too far. I look up Lawrenceville Highway. It's too far.
Now, you know you got a GPS in your car,
Yeah.
so we're gonna go through that GPS in the car.
That's fine.
And that's gonna clear you, right?
That should clear me. I mean, when I look up everything in my car, the GPS, it'll give me a distance to where something is.
Mm-hmm.
If it's too far, like I said, I won't go there. But, I mean, when I contact her, like I said, whatever address she gave me or wherever, it's too far from me. I think it was Norcross or wherever. I don't remember. I mean, you said it's Lawrenceville Highway, so it's obviously 20 miles farther than wherever I'm living right now.
I'm with you. All right.
I wanna tell you this, I don't want this to be you. I don't wanna arrest you, okay?
I don't want you to arrest me neither.
Okay.
I don't.
But all the circumstantial
It's
evidence,
pointing towards me. I understand, and I'm not.
it ain't just pointing to you, it's like screaming,
Yeah. It's a Mack truck mowing your ass over.
I understand.
because you're doing stupid shit.
Real stupid shit. We fired a guy less than a year and a half ago for doing the same crap. We did, our department did, which they should have. So, that's between you and APD.
Yeah.
But you got bigger fish to fry here, my friend.
Yeah, I understand. But like I said, I'm willing to go to court. I'm innocent.
That's good.
It's not me.
Well, here's where we're at, man. I do appreciate the fact you come in.
Yeah, no problem.
You did stand up. We're just looking for answers, as you always know.
Yeah.
Like I said, I don't know you from Adam. I don't know if you're capable of this or not. I have no idea.
Mm-hmm.
Like Detective Cushing said, I hope it's not you, man, because you are a cop.
Yeah,
And the last thing we need is another black eye to our profession.
I understand.
But we're going to do our due diligence.
Yeah,
and we're going to see
absolutely.
this thing 100% through. You came in here on your own. You're going to walk out on your own. Your car's headed to the GBI.
Okay.
They're going to give it the full run through. They're going to take it apart piece by piece, the whole 9 yards.
Okay.
Your duty weapon is going with it.
Okay.
Actually, yeah, duty weapon to go with it. So you need to notify your supervisor
Okay.
of the situation. I'll give you my card. He'll give you his card if you need to contact us for whatever information. Search warrant's being written for your house right now. We're going to execute a search warrant on your house as soon as we get it signed.
Okay.
All right, and then we'll go from there.
Okay. How do I get a ride anywhere or go to work tonight or any of that?
We'll give you a ride,
We'll give you a ride, man.
but we can't let you go to the house right now because
No.
we're sealing the house.
You know how that works.
Yeah, I understand. So.
And we'll be respectful, guys, man. We ain't gonna go in there and break your
Right.
stuff or
We
anything
just-
like that.
We gotta do our job for this person right here.
Okay. So I have 2 dogs in the backyard.
Well, they'll be in the backyard.
Yeah, they're not gonna, as long as someone doesn't go out the back door, they're not gonna do nothing
No
with it.
problem.
Yeah, we ain't messing with dogs.
Nope.
And if we do, we got our own control that secure them while we're back there, then we'll
Yeah.
turn them right back loose.
Okay.
All right, so,
So I'm, right now, being detained still?
no, right now, you're free to go. You can go to the
Just
gym,
like
whatever.
before.
Yeah.
If you want, we'll take you to the damn gym. Might be a good time to work out.
Well, all my stuff was in the car. My headphones, my iPod, my cell phone, my wallet, I have.
You can get back in the car, man.
Yeah, I can't get you in the car.
Well, you know.
Well, hey, I understand. I'm not, but can I get my ID, my wallet, my credentials?
Did we pull his IDs and stuff out? Yeah, you can get it. We don't have no reason to keep your ID and stuff.
I don't believe so.
No, you can have your,
Okay.
yeah, we'll give you your credentials back. Yeah.
And my gym bag is.
Anything in the car is staying in the car.
Okay.
Car ain't being touched.
Okay.
We're gonna do a search warrant, ain't nobody going in it till we get the search warrant signed and sitting in the GBI's garage.
How long is that gonna take? I'm not.
We've already contacted them, they should have it done by the end of the day. Tomorrow at the latest. All right, man.
Thanks.
Sorry you're going through this,
Yeah.
but
Hey, it's
I wish
choices
you
I
didn't
make,
step you in this shit.
So
Dude, just one cop to another, stop the shit, dude.
Yeah,
I'm telling
I understand.
you, if you want any kind of activity like that, man, you know how scrutinized we are.
Yeah, don't do it.
Can't have that shit, dude. I'm telling you. Good?
So I can't even just go back home and stand in my driveway. I can't.
You can stand out on the fucking street and stare at it if you want to, but you ain't going in there.
You better not.
And if you cross the line, then you get locked up for that. You know that. Come on.
Yeah, I understand. I have nowhere else to go. I don't. I just want to sit at the precinct.
Right.
You want,
we
I'll
call
take
a
you to
friend.
this gym, and I can set you there, that way you can work out. I'll come back and get you in an hour. We'll take you over to your friend's house. Where's your
Right,
friend
home.
over at,
Lakewood?
Lakewood. Take
Yeah,
you
he
over
should be
there.
home right now.
Law enforcement dropped Rana off at a friend's house while they searched Rana's home. Now, as a member of law enforcement, you would expect Rana to be on top of covering up any crimes he's committed. In reality, he took almost no steps to conceal what he did. At the home, law enforcement found blood on his shoes, a used condom in the trash, and additional shell casings that matched the one found by Vernisha's body. In addition, 2 empty gas cans were found sitting in the garage. On his phone, there was a video of his sexual encounter with Vernisha just minutes before she was shot and killed. Finally, law enforcement's worst fear was confirmed. The senseless murder of Vernisha Woodard was perpetrated by one of their own. They raced back to Rana's friend's house to take Rana into custody. But to their shock, Rana was nowhere to be found. Instead, he was at the airport, trying to board a flight to Cancun, Mexico. The Department of Homeland Security put Rana on a no-fly list, allowed him to go through security to assure that he had no weapons on him, and then swiftly took him into custody before he was able to board his flight. At his trial, Rana claimed that after their encounter, Vernisha attempted to rob him and steal his car at gunpoint. However, there is absolutely no evidence of this, and Vernisha's wound indicates that she was trying to defend herself. Tragically, we will never know exactly why Vernisha's life was taken at such a young age while she was on the cusp of growing into a brand new life. Her daughter, who was her whole world, now has to grow up without her mother. Thankfully, Rana did not escape his crimes. He was sentenced to life behind bars for the senseless murder of Vernisha Woodard. Now, if you think this case was horrific, well, you need to check out my video on the secret BDSM ranch from hell.